Recording in progress.
You're on.
Yeah, you're good to go.
All right, thank you. All right, it's March 11th, 2026 at 1:30 p.m. This is the Town of Bridgewater Open Space Committee meeting. My name is Eileen Heine. I'm chair of the committee. And the members present are John Fitzgerald and Maureen Manasian. We have a quorum, so we will commence the meeting at 1:31. So the first item on the agenda is approval of meeting minutes for February 3rd, 2026. I sent those out to both of you. Did you have a chance to look at them?
Good.
All right, and can I have a motion to approve or amend? Okay.
I'll second it.
All right, the minutes are approved. We don't have anybody here from the public today. Actually, this meeting is only in person. It was noticed as only in person. Josh just advised me. I thought it was going to be on Zoom also, but it wasn't publicly noticed that way. So the public does not think it's on Zoom.
Yeah.
But at any rate, Janet, we don't have anybody.
Yeah, I was gonna say, no,
yeah,
Janet, no,
yeah, right, yeah.
Janet.
Yeah, I suspect some people who maybe were at the town council meeting last night, which I don't know when
Did
that
you go?
closed. I didn't know, but I
No,
was
I
just
didn't.
listening to it, and maybe they needed to sleep late today. I don't know.
It had enough politics.
Anyway, so we have no public comment. So let's go to old business. The first item is the open space plan update, and we have Shane here from Community and Economic Development to give us an update on that.
That's right. Thanks again for having me here. So I did meet with a consultant earlier today, where they kind of gave us an update of the public survey results. So we had about 102 people who participate in that survey. So we're hoping for more, but we got a fair amount of information from that survey. Through the process, what we're looking to do now is schedule a public outreach meeting to be held at BSU. Tentatively, it's going to be on April 16th. So we're looking to utilize it. It's going to be an in-person meeting with the potential for people to watch it afterwards via hybrid format. So we're just looking for outreach methods to do that, but we're just trying to finalize. It looks like it's going to be April 16th.
Okay.
But we're slowly chugging along with that process.
Do you have an idea of what time of day that would be?
Probably be at night.
Yeah,
Probably
okay.
six
And
or
where would it be in that order?
we're still it would be
Still working.
we're still working on the location at
Okay.
BSU, but somewhere where ADA.
So evening, just so we can tentatively put it on our
Evening-
calendars. yeah.
Evening, April 16th, somewhere on BSU. If it's more outside.
Such a small place.
I know, but just wanted to let people know so they keep it on their calendars. We're looking at dates and times with April vacation being the next week and
Mhm.
Easter, being the week before. It's a month away, so we can promote it and get people to participate. But we got some good information from the public survey in terms of how people utilize open space. I think the one gap that we noticed was that we didn't get a lot of participants under 35. We had like certain
Mm,
respondents. So part of what we're trying to look at is how we can kind of get, more younger persons to participate in such a survey or outreach meeting. But that's something that we're trying to work towards. But in any event, a lot of people are positive about the utilization of open space. I think overall people feel confident about how we utilize open space. Whereas some survey information is there's concerns as this committee's brought up in terms of maintenance of open space too. And it's difficult. We have thousands and thousands of acres of open space in town that we need to maintain. But overall that we got some good results from that too, and we're still progressing with the open space meeting or the open space update.
This is premature probably, but did you see anything significantly different than from the surveys you had done as part of the CPC open space component?
Oh, well,
update, or-
I didn't participate in that process
You
of the
didn't, okay.
CPC.
Okay.
I think I was invited to one interview at some point, but I couldn't make myself available. But we're utilizing, the consultant has the information from the CPC open space
Right, yeah.
survey results, so that's being integrated
Yeah,
into this
okay.
process.
Okay, any questions for Shane about that? Just give us an update on the dates again. I mean, we have the public meeting and then the next step is, I know we went through this last time, but it has to be filed by the end of June, I guess. Is that right?
I think we would have to send it out at some point. My position on it is that the grant expires by the next fiscal year, so I need to expend all grant funds by then.
By
So-
June 30th?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
So we probably have a draft at some format in May and June,
Okay,
that we would probably send to the state by end of June to see if they have any updates or anything.
okay,
So it's a fairly quicker process for this, but this, with an active plan allows us to be eligible for
right, yeah.
state grants and all that stuff the next,
Yeah.
essentially 10 years
Do it, yeah.
until our next update in 20 whatever,
What?
20, 30, 40 something.
Okay. All right, now I'll be somebody else.
Yeah, it's running through my head.
Yeah,
It'll be
right.
someone else's responsibility at that point.
Okay, so is there anything you need from us at this point? I mean, any,
I think they'll probably come back to the 15th meeting. I know that I'm just skipping ahead in the agenda, but I'll probably say the same thing that I said today in terms of getting people to come to that meeting on the 16th.
yeah,
I'm
okay.
just getting,
Try to get the word out.
once I have like, a flyer or something that has a
Uh-huh.
tentative location, that you guys help, spread the word out, because I think participation is important. And
Yeah.
we want people to kind of assist with this
Yeah,
process.
okay. All right, I'm going to raise an issue about that. Gina Guasconi has joined us, as a member of the public. And what I was discussing with Shane just before we convened, that I had been listening to the town council meeting last night. And of course, we have a water crisis in town. And this kind of just was running through my head as I was listening to that and coming to this meeting is, I don't know if it's Mass Audubon or whether it's Wildlands Trust, but I'd recently seen one of them write some kind of a report on some of the cranberry bog restorations that have been taking place around the Wareham area, et cetera. And one of the takeaways from all that was how much the water quality had improved in the vicinity of those cranberry bogs that were now restored. And it just made me wonder, I don't know if we have ever looked at open space as protective of water quality in Bridgewater. I don't know enough about where our wells are located or what the source of our water is. I'm pretty ignorant about all that. But I just wonder if our plans look at, gee, if we didn't have a development over here feeding into this water source, maybe water would be cleaner. And I just wonder if that's something that the open space plan should be looking at.
I believe I've looked at the open space plan from 2017, so we're looking at the inventory right now. There are some locations. So if you do look at the 2017 plan,
Okay.
there are parcels, I think town owned in town, that do assess water quality is one of the reasons why the town owns it.
Okay,
I can't
Okay.
speak on what specific ones are there, but if you check out the 2017 plan, I'm happy to
okay,
send that information along about that inventory, about what those parcels are.
okay. Yeah, I just thought maybe that's something we should take a look at. I mean, I don't know that we're actually hands-on here enough with the three of us to do anything about it.
Sure.
But it just seems that it's,
Yeah, a no-brainer.
that
You wanna
given,
protect
yeah,
anywhere
yeah,
around that you can.
exactly, yeah.
If that's your drinking
Yeah,
water. you
Right,
can-
yeah, and
absolutely.
so, has that been part of our problem, or maybe it hasn't been, I don't know, but it just given the crisis in town and the level of citizen concern about it, it seems like that might be just an element of the open space plan that comes to the fore a little bit, maybe that hadn't been considered as much in prior plans, maybe we need to look at it a little more. I don't know if that's even possible at this stage of the process, but.
Yeah, I would say it's definitely something that's mentioned in the previous plan and something that's definitely noted in all open space and recreation
Right.
plans to consider that. What we'll probably get out of it is that we're looking at a land inventory within the community, looking at what's currently, mentioned as open space.
Mhm.
And what these plans usually say is these are some grant opportunities that the town can look toward for funding or in terms of some short-term goals into some long-term goals, what the town can look toward for, because ultimately if it's land that we already currently own, then we have it, but
Right, yeah.
there's, looking at, acquisition of property and other things of
Mhm.
that nature and maintenance of certain properties too. So
Yeah,
just,
yeah, but it's a question of identifying those properties and whether or not they've been identified. I just, it's not an issue that I've ever looked at the open space plan with that question in my mind.
Sure.
And it wasn't really till I read that Audubon thing or Audubon or Wildlands Trust, whatever it was, and I thought, I mean, it really didn't trigger me to bring it up here until I started listening to the concerns last night and just thinking about, let's make sure as we're doing this plan that we're not overlooking. I mean, even if it's only a matter of trying to identify the land, we don't know what we can do. We don't know if we can acquire it. We may not have the money, we may not have the funds, but if there are parcels that are still open space that could be contributing to degradation of water quality, then let's use this to, I'm trying to identify them.
yeah, I guess that's part of all plans, I guess, too.
Yeah.
We put
Yeah.
plans in place. We have the town-wide comprehensive plan. We have all these plans in place. It's just a matter of how we take action on these items. to
Right,
make them a
but
reality.
have they been identified, I guess is the
Yeah,
question.
I would say based on the inventory that I looked at from the 2017 plan,
They-
that's something we're going to continue to progress with the current
Okay.
plan as well, too.
Okay. Gina?
Can I just add to this?
Yeah.
Can the town, well, obviously they can enforce people's property that abuts wetlands, rivers, waterways. Walking the college trails, if you go, not the main trails, like off the trail head that way, but if you then go that way towards Water Street, I think it's a little jack in the trail, butts up against, and I'm not sure which auto parts place, but there's a huge stack of tires that's there. And right near it, last time we walked it, last summer maybe. Been a rainy time, whole wet area that I'm trying to picture where the river goes from there, but I'm sure it's going into somewhere.
Yeah.
All those tires.
Is that the stack of tires that has been discussed for years? I know there has been one. I don't know if that's the same.
I'm not sure if that's the same one because we actually came through a different way,
Oh, okay.
but I think it's a different one.
Oh, okay.
Because this one butts right up against one of the junkyards, and I can't tell from the
Yeah.
back.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
that could be affecting too.
I have a quick question regarding the meeting last night. Did they ever bring up limited building?
Oh.
The, like,
Yes. Yeah, yeah.
stuff like that?
yeah, that's a whole different,
Concerns?
yeah, that was like kind of the battle cry, really. So many people, yeah, but,
I just, I mean,
yeah, I
assume they must have-
recommend you listen
I
to
wish I
that if
knew
you,
that was-
yeah, yeah.
I might go, if it's taped, right? You said?
Oh, yeah, it's right there, yeah, if you've got 4 hours.
No,
Yeah,
I don't know, I have 4, but if I could get them.
I mean, and most of, you can a lot of the comments, of course, are repetitive.
Right,
So
right.
They're
Yeah, a lot of
Yes,
them are.
yes.
That's why a lot of times
Yeah.
they don't,
right, yeah.
do that. 'Cause
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
okay.
And I think
You know,
what I'm looking forward to is listening to the town manager's response, because that's the after the, I don't know, just, I didn't end the public comment period before I came to this meeting, so I don't know when it was over, but I think I was waiting to hear from the town manager about what the plan was for the water, and that's the next step, and that comes in like hour and 20 cents or something, so anyway, yeah. So, all right, well, thanks, Shane, that's just something to see if we can get a little bit of clarity on, so. All right, anything else on the open plan? Okay. All right, parks publicity, actually, this kind of came, the way we addressed this last time, as I mentioned the videos, I have a note in my calendar, I'm gonna try to get lined up with Jeff Fowler as soon as the land is walkable, snow's gone, water's, and to get out to Wyman Meadow and do the video there. And then Styles and Hart was also the other one we still wanted to do sometime this spring. But other than that, I mean, I haven't talked about anything else with anybody, and we don't really have anything on our plan, except for the signs, because that's where we talked about the signs as a publicity issue
Yes.
the other day. So John was going to talk with
So,
somebody about
I-
signs.
Kitty, I talked to Kitty.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
And Kitty sent me, a file, I guess, with them in there, and I literally, right before I got here,
Yeah.
sent it to you, because I
Oh.
don't have a link for everyone else. so
Okay.
I sent it to you, so if you can share it with everyone else, I didn't know if you'd have the iPad, I didn't bring mine, because mine does not,
I
I
have my
don't have something or other, I don't know, it
Yeah,
doesn't travel
yeah.
with me to the Wi-Fi
Right.
or
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
I have it at the house, but not roaming. I don't know. I don't use it much, so. But my wife did help me
Send it, okay. Well,
So,
would it be useful for us to have it, or can you tell us about it? without me
Okay, so
sending it?
she sent me. So they're using Sign Design in Brockton. I know that was.
Yes,
something
you mentioned
said you're
that. Yeah.
curious about that.
Yeah.
They also, so the type of sign they have is actually a sign that's on a post. But it's a post that has an arm and the sign hangs,
Oh,
vertically it's
Yeah,
kind of
yeah.
long and skinny this way.
and is that what they're going to have down?
Yes, they're gonna have
On Summer
kiosk and that has the information on that, what the kiosk will also hold.
Okay.
But, that's the design they're gonna use. It looks pretty straightforward. I mean, it could be simpler and cheaper if you just had one post with the sign on it, but I don't know what they're looking for,
Yeah.
what everyone's looking for, but the design she used is pretty much, I think it's 18 inches wide, 24 inches high, and it's gonna hang on like two chains. It's gonna be an arm with a post, and it's
Okay.
gonna hang off
Yeah.
that.
Who's
Yeah.
gonna make the kiosk?
She did it to, I
I
can.
don't know if it was another Boy
Oh,
Scout.
Boy
Oh,
Scout thing.
yes, it probably is. I believe it is, because, we were talking about the kiosk. That's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
Is it Jake?
Jake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Okay. So,
did you have?
Yeah. Two things.
Uh-huh.
First, going back to publicity, I would keep, and that's maybe my idea, this in signs, is, please keep Parks and Rec.
I
involved,
just watched Parks and
because
Rec
they
this
are-
morning, and I was going to talk about that. Yeah.
Right,
Okay.
because ultimately, obviously the parks are under Parks and
Yeah,
Rec.
yeah.
John Hart is intricately involved.
Yeah.
As it's all Parks and Rec. I would keep him involved.
Oh, yeah.
especially-
I speak with him.
Right,
I told him about this meeting and talked to
Right,
him.
and the-
Yeah.
Parks and Rec Commission, Parks and Rec
Yeah.
Department and Commission to be involved. Signs. Kitty's hanging sign, it's one thing, but this. The other sign, we try to stand by the signs and I'm behind and getting the sign group back together that I had written to. I think you're the only one that answered me on times you could make
Oh,
it.
really?
Way
I
back
don't even
when.
remember when was that you said that?
It was like in the fall.
Oh,
sometime,
okay, right, okay.
To get together, come up. The ultimate goal is to standardize all the parks
Yeah.
and trails.
Right.
The sign at Hanson's, I mentioned to somebody and they said, oh, that's way too expensive. And it may, we had mirrored that after Bocconi Farm.
Right, yeah, no, we've talked about that. yeah.
And it's also, and it's similar to what you said for, that Kitty said hanging. Bocconi has a huge sign, and they also have two smaller ones that are the hanging. So
Because
as far as,
Bocconi is the farm in Middleborough that the
Right.
Hanson
It's-
sign was modeled after.
right,
I don't know
it's
what
right,
it is.
Yeah, it's
It's
on
like-
on Plymouth Street.
it's right near the KOA by the
Oh.
Oliver House.
Oh, okay.
The Oliver House, actually, you can, Oliver House is across from the KOA,
The very old house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
because you can actually park there for the trails or on the farm. But they have a similar sign.
Yeah, that's what we understand.
I would say before you come up, that's what I was gonna suggest for Wyman Meadows, just a hanging sign like that. We would like to have them all standardized.
Yeah, I don't know.
Which
Were
we
you,
talked
were
about.
you at the Bridging the Bridgewater meeting? I think you were the last one where I was there also. And
Yeah,
we talked
Andrew and I
about
talked
signs,
about the
yeah, and I
signs.
expressed my frustration that I had always understood that we were going to get a template from Stiles and Hart. And that was what I had heard from the prior town
Yeah, I
managers,
heard-
that
I
was
heard
gonna
that
be the
also.
template.
Right, this-
Yeah.
And then we were gonna be able to standardize all the signs using that. But then,
Right.
of course, now Stiles and Hart is kind of in limbo and we never got a sign design out of it.
Right.
So we're frustrated with, particularly with Wyman Meadow.
Yep.
Because nobody can even find it, even us, you know,
Right.
we sail right, I sail right by it all the time, as many times as I can. And so we asked, John at the last meeting to just work on that, to get
Mhm.
something up and because he and I were both at the last Bridging the Bridgewater
Right,
meeting.
and I think
Yeah.
that responds to your.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
that's
yeah.
right.
So he was just trying to get, yes.
Yeah, but I can't just go put something.
I know,
up, 'cause
well,
that's
that's
the
the
thing.
thing.
I'll buy the sign. I looked them up. It's like
Right.
$58. I'm like,
Yeah.
I'll spend $58 and get a sign that says public access, pound it in the ground, but I'm
And
like. I don't-
who is actually building that sign for that facility?
That's gonna be the Boy Scouts.
The Boy Scouts,
Yeah.
okay,
Well, I
so-
know they're building the kiosk, so I'm assuming they're gonna
Yeah,
do the signs.
yeah. But who do they get approval from to put it in the ground, I guess, is the next question, yeah.
You'd have to talk to Kitty
Yeah.
about it. I
You
was
know,
at that
we-
meeting. I
Yeah.
got the information
Well,
that I
would
could.
you talk to Kitty, John?
Yeah, she
Yes,
sent
take
me.
her the next step, because that's what we have to find out. I think we
I
should
think
just,
it's a Boy Scouts. I think it's a Boy
I
Scouts. And
think
it's a
it's the
state.
Boy Scouts too, because I went to a meeting.
but you think the Boy
Right.
Scouts are the ones who are getting permission to
Well,
put
No,
it in?
I think it's
She
what
got it from the
said.
state.
They're designing it. No, I understand
Right.
they're designing it, but we need, okay, let's say, all right, let's just assume right now, we really like that hanging idea sign.
And
And
we
we,
wanna build
and we
five.
wanted- we
put
wanted-
five of them up.
well, at
Who do we
least
ask?
one,
Right,
at
but-
least one. Let's
right.
do Wyman Meadow
But I'm
for
just
starters.
saying,
Who
who
do
do
we
we
ask?
ask?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's.
And who digs the hole in the
How
ground?
about
And who's-
the-
I'll take the whole of it.
All
I
right,
told
John will
you.
dig the
I
whole.
don't care.
Who tells John, who
I'm
tells
good at
us?
manual.
I'll tell
I'll do the manual stuff. Like I said, I'll even buy the first one
Yeah.
to bring it in to show you, this is what I
Yeah.
think could work.
Yeah.
Here's the thing, it's simple, it's easy.
Yeah.
All you need is at least the one that says public
Right.
access, right?
Yeah,
$58. I'll do it. I'll make it.
so
I'll-
who was
whatever,
Kitty
and then I'll
getting
pound it in the-
approval from to
And
put
that-
that in?
she,
Herself.
no, I'm sure this has been going on forever. That's my only drawback. Everything takes so long.
I know, I know.
Ridiculous.
All right,
I
so
feel
that,
like-
John, that's what we're trying to
But
cut.
that's what I'm saying. So
Yeah,
what's the
yeah,
thing? If I can get permission to put a public access
Uh-huh.
sign on that land, I will pay for it.
yeah.
I will buy it. I
Yeah,
checked it out.
yeah.
I think it's $58 for
Yeah.
a two-sided sign that'll stick
Yeah.
a metal post in the ground,
Would
pound it in,
you, would
and
you
mount
be
the sign
willing
on
to
it.
follow up with Kitty and ask her that next question?
Okay.
Who's giving her approval? to
Well,
put
I
that up?
think I need approval from someone from the town.
Yeah,
Just
you
because
do.
Kitty
You
says
do.
she got
No, no,
approval
no.
from
Oh,
this
no.
person, doesn't mean
Yeah,
we're
no,
gonna go
but
pound the
maybe
sign on
she'll
the
tell us the
ground.
person.
You
You
know?
know, who is the person that she?
Well, the
she
town
gives?
is not the town for NRTP.
Yeah.
The way I understand it, got permission for that parcel.
That particular parcel to
Yes.
do
And I
whatever.
think that's like
That's different than, okay, all right.
probably included. As far as your sign public access, I would talk to. Shoot, his name escapes me. The DPW,
Paul?
Oh, yeah, no,
Paul.
we talked about that at length.
just to get a
yeah.
sign. 'cause I
But
know
Paul, you did.
Well, the last time I talked to him, he said he'd get back to me and he didn't.
Oh,
And then
okay.
the whole water thing started.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it just
And
started-
then the-
you know,
and then the
that, So
blitzing.
it was like crazy.
But I would say,
Gina, I'm glad you're here because I just listened to the Parks and Rec last meeting. And I noticed that there was some discussion about, oh God, what parcel was it? That Jim Small said we need to get, the Jenny Leonard Park. That there's some kind of a sign that's kind of decrepit there or something, and he's talking about taking it out and renovating it in some way and putting it back in. And I thought, well, can he do that? Because
Yes,
it's a
it's
park.
there.
Well, then maybe is Jim Small the person that we can talk to about putting something in the ground?
possibly.
Yeah, okay, so and then maybe, maybe it's like we should go to Parks and Rec and ask them about signage authority. But
Yeah,
what do you
I-
think about that?
I would say before you design a sign, taking Kitty's design
Yeah.
or whatever, we need to standardize. And I promise to get something out for the sign.
Oh,
a
the
sign
committee, yeah.
For the committee this week. Jenny Leonard, you brought up a good point, but as far as signage, I know Disabilities Commission have requested a sign at Marathon Park for handicap parking. Jim went to
Jim Small?
Yeah.
Uh,
the highway department. They put up a sign for us,
okay,
possibly.
All
Talk
right.
to Jim.
All right, well,
Probably
that's-
a better answer,
that's
I
good to
should
know.
say better
Okay, Jim
answer,
Small, the
but-
highway department. So
right?
Who was Jim?
Jim Small is staff on Parks and Rec.
He's the
Parks and
superintendent
superintendent of
and
Parks and Rec.
Okay, so he works for the town?
Yeah, and he
Full-time?
reports to the Parks and
Yeah.
Rec Commission.
Remember Charlie Simon?
Yeah, that's what I wondered. If he's got
Yeah,
his
Yes,
job.
yes. And John Hart
Minus
reports
the
to.
golf course. Right?
Oh, that's a whole other.
John Hart reports to
Oh,
Jim Small.
okay, all right,
Right.
that's, okay.
I don't know if I should mention Jenny Leonard now or under the new business of.
Yeah, well, let's wait.
Could I say
Yeah,
something about
yeah,
signs?
yeah.
Just a suggestion, I'd say the simpler the better. I mean, just because if you're gonna be making a bunch of them, or you need to reproduce one, you know, I
Mhm.
think when you start
Right.
getting real elaborate, and like you said, same color for everything, so people ride by, even if they've seen one park sign, you know what I'm saying?
You're
Oh,
supposed
there
to,
must be a park in there.
but
You
you,
know what I'm
you
saying?
are supposed to do it that way. There was something a number of years ago that came out that this town was lacking. And one of the things I said is that we need the consistency of
Right.
a recognizable sign saying
Yeah.
that this is a
Yeah.
park.
Yeah.
And then, whether, when you go camping, they'll have a,
Well, we
Exactly.
talked about that.
I even looked into
Yeah.
that. I even looked into that.
We
I was
talked
gonna
about
get
that
one of
last
those
meeting.
too. It was just a little, and that's exactly what it was.
Yeah.
So I always known the camping one as the pine tree with the camping table, right?
Mm.
You ride by that, you're like, boom, that's camping. And I'm like, so even the park one could just be a tree and a little river, anything, just
Anything.
something simple and
Put
it's,
a hiker,
oh, no,
Yeah,
I
I
like
mean,
that. I like
yeah.
that. hiker.
a hiker.
yeah, perfect. That works.
But something is, so
You know?
we'd have to go to Jim and let him,
But in
Come
Jim's going to
just-
Paul DeCosta, it
As
sounds like.
far as the public access thing,
but as far as a design, who's going to?
I'm going to set up a.
Okay, you're going to.
Yeah, but that could
I
be,
can
committee
take
for
that.
that could be another year.
No,
I
I
mean,
mean, going to do it this way.
No, I know, but we're not
That's
gonna
right.
agree on anything. I mean, if we meet, it still could be a long time before we have a design that everybody
What-
is ready to
I'm,
move.
If
I'm
you-
trying to do it as
I
fast
know,
as I
I
can.
know, but
Katie
I'm
sent
saying-
it. Look at the thing Katie sent me, and
Yeah,
if you
Yeah,
can send
okay,
it,
yeah,
send
yeah.
it out to everyone, and maybe
Yeah.
you guys say, you know what, that works.
yeah,
Or,
Mhm.
I mean, I'll go on and I'll pick a few and I'll have my wife send them to you
Yeah.
or you can send
Yeah.
them out or whatever.
Yeah.
And you can say, yeah, that looks good. Cause like I said, I did look at some of those other signs and all
Yeah.
it is they're
Yeah.
reflective signs, two-sided. Like I said, they weren't expensive.
right.
And those
Yeah.
are small ones. I'm sure you can go to a different sign company and get them to produce larger ones if you want,
And you know what? I mean, if let's say we put one, we feel like there's urgency for Wyman Meadow. I mean,
Right.
that's been, we had the opening there 2 years ago almost.
Yeah.
And we still don't even have the most simple sign on the street so people know where it is. There is a kiosk there because it was there from 20 years ago and
Mhm.
Wildlands Trust has put up information. So there's some information there and the trail is marked. But we just need a street sign. And I say, let's get something approved just for that. And if we come up with a town that's consistent design after your committee meets for who knows how long and how long it's gonna take to approve, because it's not gonna happen in one meeting. We can change it in a year or 2 years. It's not like we're putting in $1,000 worth of
Well,
signage
that's
or
what I'm saying.
something.
If
Yeah,
we just even, like I said. you
Just
don't
put
have
it
to
up,
get real
yeah,
fancy
yeah.
for now, even if you get it done for now,
Yeah,
so people
yeah.
will realize, and then maybe there'll be a
yeah.
loud cry for,
Yeah.
hey, yeah, get these signs up.
So that's really our priority right now is to get something up at Wyman Meadow.
Right, in Styles and Hard, I still hear people say, where is it?
Yeah, well, that's such a
There-
much
a sign
bigger
is-
thing too, yeah.
Whole other discussion.
Yeah.
But a sign was put up wasn't approved by CPC, who was
Yeah.
funding the whole thing. It's not by the street,
Yeah, right,
it's at the start of the trail.
Right.
We had requested that it be based on the same thing as Frank Hansen's, maybe not as fancy. It wasn't done that way.
yeah,
It was just done on its own. We would like to put a similar sign to what you're saying, the hanging sign out by the street, so these
yeah,
people
okay,
know.
yeah,
I ride by it, it's my neighborhood.
yeah, you don't even know what it is. No, I know it, yeah, yeah.
No,
And
that's
it
what it
is-
is.
it's-
It's a lack of people
Yeah.
knowing too, I believe. Like you
Yeah.
said, how can you get more people involved in this survey?
Yeah.
Let them know that there's parks out there. Let them know that, get
Yeah.
up there, check
Yeah.
it out.
Yeah.
It's-
I get your survey.
Yeah. All right, so I think, I mean, what I would like to see us do, and I think we agree on this, the three of us, and I don't think you would disagree, Gina, is that we are gonna go ahead and do something on the street alone at Wyman Meadow.
When
To
you
the-
say alone, but would.
No, I'm sorry, no, what I meant is
Are you
not,
talking
no,
like
listen,
Colbert or?
no, what I meant was we're not gonna do the other parks.
Right,
Just that park.
okay.
We're gonna do something on that park to get a sign on the street.
So do you want the
alone.
sign to say the name of the park or just public
Well,
access
what
up
is,
there?
do you have does Kitty's have some
Kitty's?
sample language? Like
Yeah,
what-
it's like I said, I think that the whole thing's on the old State Farm Trail, blah, blah,
Okay,
blah,
so maybe something like that? I mean, I don't know how complicated it is until we
Alright.
see it.
Well,
but-
like I said, so
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
came from, sign design, she said, in
Yeah.
Upton. So
Yeah.
if they have that template, hey,
Yeah.
we want to use the same one as
Yeah.
the old State Farm Trail.
Yeah.
And we wanted to say, Wyman,
Yeah.
Norfolk,
And there's some consistency there. They're both on the Taunton River.
I mean, yeah,
Yeah,
I
so-
mean, so what do you do? Do you want to look at that? And
Yeah,
I'll say,
let's,
I
we'll
think I
look
like
at
that,
it and,
then
yeah,
you know.
and then, yeah,
We'll take it from
Okay,
there
I
and see what
think-
happens. Bobby?
I had mentioned to Kitty, I had done a little walkthrough on the coldest, windiest day of the year. I was gonna say snowiest, but then we had more.
Yeah.
And Jake was there from the Boy Scouts. And she said, where she wanted the signs and everything. I requested that it follow suit with standardize the others. And she said, these might not be her exact words, it's not the town. It's CNRTV. Doesn't need to be in. I think it should be.
I
That's-
agree,
that's
but
not
so
right.
why would you, even if it doesn't have to be, would you want consistency
right,
throughout
yeah.
the back area?
yeah.
Yes.
Just for the fact again.
Yeah.
No, to recognize and being able to recognize
Yeah.
it, just when you go by.
Mhm.
Ah,
Yeah,
ah,
exactly.
You know?
Yeah. Yeah, okay, so, all right, so that's what we'll do. We will look at, Maureen and I will look at what you've sent out and,
Then we find out what, call sign design?
yeah, right, yeah, what would it cost? Let's get a number and for them, yeah,
Where to
yeah,
get the money from for
yeah,
the town?
exactly, yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
You know?
And, you've offered to pay up to what?
Oh, I don't care. Hey, that's the thing. I'll do it. I
Yeah,
donate money
right,
every
yeah,
year, so it
exactly.
doesn't matter. I'll
Yeah, it
donate
can't
it.
be that much,
I donate money for Kitty's Trail.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
she's asked me
okay.
like 5 times since, and I
Oh.
was like, give me a break, Kitty. I give you a good chunk of change, girl.
Yeah, and then it'll be the question of, yeah, exactly who has to sign off on it. It sounds like Jim
Yes.
Small is going to Paul DaCosta for that public access, so it sounds like that's probably the pattern. Now, we know that you talked to Paul,
I
and,
did, but
Yeah.
that was a while ago.
That was
so
a while
we'll
ago,
see,
so,
you
yeah,
know, I
so,
mean, I
yeah.
can call him again and
Yeah,
talk to him.
yeah.
Just last couple of times I was down there, I was a little pissed off about the water,
Water.
so I didn't want to go into anyone. So I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm trying to make friends. not
Yeah,
lose them.
we can let them all recover from
Oh,
the
yeah.
no
No.
emergency.
Yeah, that was,
Yeah,
that was crazy,
yeah,
but
yeah, so,
Could you send me a copy of what you have from Kitty?
Just forward it.
Or
yeah, I'll send it
Just
to you.
forward
Yeah,
it.
Just
yeah,
forward
yeah,
it,
I'll forward it to you.
just so
Yeah,
I can see
yeah.
how that.
Sure,
was
yeah, yeah,
into
yeah.
art
yeah.
In my mind of vision.
So I'm sorry, you're on a sign committee?
No. Oh,
This is Gina Guasconi.
I know.
You know it,
I
all right.
didn't know, I'm like, when you keep saying
Oh.
sign committee, I'm like,
oh. It's been put by And Parks and Rec has approved, it started as a Styles and Hat thing to come up with the sign there, and then Hanson's Farm, which were both community preservation. I chair community preservation.
Oh,
That's
okay,
what-
okay,
So that's how we got involved with the whole
okay.
sign thing. Then we said there should be a whole, Maureen's probably heard this at CPC meetings forever, a whole committee to set up, to standardize signage in town. And I kind of got delegated to that. Parks and Rec approved because
So are you the one who gets to make the decision? So if you
no,
get
I'm
the sign and it
I'm a
works,
Parks and Rec commissioner too. That's my other.
can you push it if it works? Maybe get someone to, I mean, how long have you been working on the sign thing? Not to be, I like to,
Forever.
okay.
Gina sent out a notice for the first meeting. She's saying last fall sometime.
To try to get people together. I think I.
Since last fall,
Right.
I
I tear my hair out. So
Right, yeah,
how do we do,
right.
how do you make
Right.
it happen faster?
And if you, let me make you feel even worse. In 2000, whenever I got on this committee, I don't know when, 6 years ago. And I have in my files that there was a sign committee formed by the town prior to when we first started meeting as open space, because there wasn't an open space committee for a while. And it dispersed. It was whoever was the town planner at that point, he left, I don't remember his name, and it had met. There was a group, and I have the notes of what the meeting was, and never met again. So that was over 6 years ago. And that was to look at all signage, not just parks.
Right.
It was to get a uniform kind of a Bridgewater motif kind of thing. But anyway, so,
I'm
yeah,
gonna talk to Kitty too. I'm gonna
Yeah.
see Kitty what they're giving you for a number on the sign.
Yeah,
Just out of
yeah,
curiosity,
yeah.
To see what they cost,
Yeah.
you know?
all right.
Cause we can make the post ourselves, we don't have to buy a
Yeah.
post, it's a matter of.
All right, so we will we will continue pushing and hopefully
Yeah, no, I mean, we're gonna make something.
we'll
happen,
get something
'cause
up
it's- yeah.
there and we'll start, and all I
And-
want to do is I just want to, if we can just get that Wyman
So,
sign up for now, and then we'll work with whatever we need to.
plan of action, you're gonna look at the.
Yes.
Right, yes, right,
You're gonna look at it, you're gonna say, yeah, we think this works.
yeah, yeah.
I'm going to resurrect, not
But
resurrect.
but that- Yeah, but that's, so we're gonna move ahead without
Right.
Gina's committee though.
Okay,
Yeah, because as we say, we don't have a date yet even for them, for
okay.
that. So,
It
no,
would be nice
yeah.
if that was a committee that's gonna be picking the signs and they like them, so it's easy for them to, when they see it, to be like, yeah, instead of be like, well, we really don't like
Yeah.
these signs, so now we got two up that are this way.
Well,
And
that's
the
okay
other
though.
five are this
Because
way,
John, I mean, realistically,
all
that
right,
could be 2
all right,
years from now,
all right,
that somebody
all right, then,
says we
so
don't
hold
like
on, then.
it.
Well, I wouldn't say 2 years. from now.
But no, all right, it's gonna be something separate.
Yeah, yeah,
You guys are gonna approve it, you're gonna approve it,
yeah,
then you're
Yeah.
gonna tell me?
yeah. Now, we can't approve it until the next meeting. We can't approve it. We have to have a
Okay,
meeting to
um,
approve something.
All right,
Yeah.
then, once that
Mhm.
happens,
Yeah,
you want me to order the sign? Or do I
Yeah.
order the sign,
Yeah.
or do we see if someone?
You
Well,
have to find out where the money's coming from.
But here's the thing, if it's
Yeah,
$100,
well, we're gonna
$200, I'll pay for it,
Yeah,
I'll just write it.
by
off
next
on-
meeting,
as a-
we'll have-
as a, potential.
John, that's a good next step. So you and I will look at it, and then at the next meeting, we will approve the
Okay.
design that you have sent out.
Okay.
In the meantime, you will have gotten some dollars.
From
numbers.
Kitty, right.
Yes, yeah,
And if you guys, we say it's a go,
Yeah.
then if I have to make the post or whatever, I
Right,
can,
yeah.
make the post and I can put it in the.
Yeah. and then we are, at
We
some
will
point.
have something
we will have
accomplished.
something, But we still are gonna have to get somebody to say, yes, we can
It's
put it
okay.
in the ground. We
Yeah.
still have
Have
to,
to,
yes,
yeah.
yeah.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Does open space have a budget?
No,
Last thing I
No.
wanna do is
No.
put it in and then have
I-
them tear it out, cause I saw they put a big sign down at Titicute. And then I came back like a few months later, and it was gone. I was like, what happened down there? It was about Native Americans and stuff like that.
and what happened to it? You don't know?
Don't ask me, gone. Same thing, they
Wow.
put a big wetland sign down the end of my street. I don't know, someone broke it off, smashed it, took it. Big,
Oh.
huge sign, beautiful,
And you put that down there, did you?
I
say?
didn't put that
No,
down,
somebody did?
no, down the end of my street,
Yeah.
that's what call it did, that Fish and Wildlife.
Really?
Yeah, Mass Fish and Game put it there and someone broke it up, big, huge red sign saying, you can hunt, you can fish, you can, the Hockomock Swamp,
Yeah.
big sign. And they were like,
We
they either
looked
took
this,
it
we
or,
like it.
and at first I thought the wind blew it off, And I'm like, oh, if it blew it off, it probably blew it overhead, and I'll just put it back up again with a couple of legs, you know? Then I looked at it like, yeah, something like that.
They did it to me.
Yeah, something
Yeah,
like that.
well, okay.
That never blew up.
All right, well, good. I'm glad you were here, Gina, because, yeah, this sign issue is.
Yeah, this would
a
be
little
great
bit-
if we could get something moving forward, and then it
Widespread,
ended
yeah.
up being something that worked for everything, you
Yeah.
know? Seriously, that would be
Yeah.
good, because sign design in Brockton's easy, it's close, it's, you know, and
Mhm.
But let me ask you, Gina, so do you understand the charge of that committee that you're trying to convene to be parks and rec signage, or just park signage, or the entire, it's not the entire town logo kind of thing?
We haven't talked about
You
the
haven't
logo,
talked about it, okay.
but it's mainly, it started out mainly to identify all the parks and.
The park, it did start out as parks, okay, because that's a much smaller piece to
Right,
address.
and I'm just scrolling through, I'm listening.
Uh,
I know I have a picture of the sign that I had mentioned, the small hanging sign. for
Okay.
police.
All right, well, you
Yeah,
could
that's-
send that to me too if you wanted.
I can pull it up on my phone. I was just thinking, we should be
Yeah.
okay.
What you sent to us, you mean?
Yeah, 'cause
I think I had a few pictures of it. No, I'm not gonna find any.
Really, you don't have anything? You know, maybe we could actually pull it, we actually could pull it up. Maybe you and I could see if we prove it right now.
Yeah, I either look at your phone, you can send it to me. Send it to my Gmail.
Oh, I see, okay, so John sent it to you already?
no, I sent
No,
it
just
to
for you.
you.
Oh, just to me,
Just for you.
Because you're the only one I had in the,
Oh, I see, yeah, that's what you told us that, okay, let me.
because she said, type in who you want to send it to.
Yes,
I said,
yeah.
Eileen, that came up. I
Okay,
said, that's who I'm sending it
okay.
to.
This is what I was picturing. Homie sign.
Come over.
Just a hanging sign.
Oh, yeah. I think that's what they're talking about.
Yeah.
It's like Kitty did too.
Yeah, I just sent it to you,
Yeah.
Maureen, so see if.
Yeah, but if, what email did you do?
Oh, well, Comcast.net?
No, I don't get it.
Oh, well, why do I have that in my,
Oh, no, I have it, but it's
oh,
fine.
you don't have it on your phone?
I don't have it, I don't,
Oh,
just same start.
okay,
I want to say publicly.
oh,
Yeah, and then- we getting all kinds of stuff.
I get enough.
That's what I'm mentioning.
Really?
Okay.
Yeah.
This one I don't have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With the town seal on it.
Yeah.
The other one I got, that one I don't. He's been phone quiet.
Six and might just go.
How are you doing, Carlton?
All right, thanks.
Yeah, well, kids, we're being kids.
all right.
There we go. Oh, yeah. That's what I was figuring. That's what Gina was showing.
Is it similar?
Yes, it's pretty much this. Did I seal? Did that one have to seal it now?
Yep.
We're talking signage.
We're talking signs.
Well, Maureen, I just tried to send it to you. I don't know, it seems to want to send it to your old address. So I don't know if I don't.
Sorry, don't worry about it. I can see what
I
it is.
agree.
You can't, you've seen it.
I've seen it.
All right, good.
Hold it up.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
okay.
yeah, and I've seen it, so.
And you know, this is very important to have this open, the time that it's open.
Okay, so
because,
you want to do the sunrise to sunset?
yes,
Is that what
Yeah.
you're-
because I had to have a special sign made for, Tuckerwood, because people are getting in there at nighttime.
Oh, yeah, and then they said, I can see I
And the
can't.
police, if it was, because
Okay.
it wasn't posted,
Yeah.
the police couldn't do a thing about it.
Huh.
And it did bring down a lot of the stuff, bad stuff that was happening.
Okay. All right, so let's talk about so we've got this Old State Farm Trail North parking lot open from sunrise to sunset. That's the hanging one-arm sign. So for Wyman, what we would want is Wyman, North Fork Conservation Area,
There you go.
parking lot, trail parking lot? Trail parking lot?
Do you think you have to say that much? or
Yeah,
Well, parking lot or trail, I mean, you
Oh,
had
just
said,
an arrow, maybe.
that's fine, yeah, but you had said, somebody the other day had said that we should say it's got a trail or something, I don't have a
Or
strong
public
preference.
access or something.
We had talked about public access, but I remember Janet was here, hello, Carl. Carlton Hunt has joined us. I think Janet had said, oh, well, public access doesn't tell you if there's a trail, that we should say
Oh, that's a
trail.
good point.
Oh, you're right.
Um,
That's what it was. You
Because this one is actually called an Old State Farm Trail. We
So what do you want
we
it to
could
say?
call it the
Wyman?
Wyman North Fork Conservation Area Trail.
How about Trailhead?
Yes,
Why not just trail? What's the hill trailhead versus the?
because that's what they usually say, is a trailhead.
Yeah, but that implies like another access to it someplace, right? Or
No.
doesn't it? No?
Doesn't
Not
say,
necessarily.
no.
Well, I guess I'm just
Two
fewer
comments.
words rather than more, I would think. I mean,
Right.
Wyman Norfolk Conservation Area.
and it could say trail. I don't even know that it needs to say trail. I think it
Whatever,
could say parking lot.
I'm just, no.
Yeah, well, we don't have to decide on this right
Okay.
now, but so
I
that's
was
the
just
general idea.
wordsmithing it, so.
Yeah.
Because like if
And they
I,
open from sunrise to sunset.
That's important.
Yeah,
Two suggestions.
yeah.
First off, I don't like the white. It's going to.
This
not
is
show
white,
up.
you mean? This sign is white? Okay,
My opinion, as I said, I'll wait to get this sign committee going again. Hopefully, I'll write this week, hopefully we can start next week. I would ask that you not order a sign. I know you're saying it'll take 2 years to decide. It won't. We have suggestions that we can narrow it down. I would like to see it a color, the red, whatever that stands out. I don't like the white, especially if there's snow on the ground.
Yeah.
I'm not going to see it. Nothing against Kitty or whoever designed her sign.
like I said,
I don't like her. I shouldn't say I don't like it.
yeah,
There's others that I,
yeah, I understand your point, Gina, but what I want to do is have John go ahead, get a price. We're not making a final decision right now anyway,
Okay.
so let's see what it's gonna cost. Let's see if we've got a plan for how we would actually get approval to do it, which may take longer than it takes for your committee to come up with something. I don't know. But I don't want to wait for that because, as I say, this trail has been open for almost 2 years and nobody knows how to even find it. And that's all we want to do is just put up that one sign. And if it's not expensive and it doesn't take, 6 bureaucratic decisions, if we can always change it. If your committee gets together and actually comes
I
up
just
with a
hate to
better sign.
see funds spent on
It's
a
not, well,
sign.
John's talking about paying for it, so, right.
Well, I hate to see
Yeah.
driveways running.
Yeah,
We'll take the
well,
money.
no, it's not gonna be it's not a big deal.
That's one thing I never have a problem getting rid of.
But always find somebody who'll take your money, right, yeah, all right. So I think we have a plan of action. You have, this general design,
Right,
and
so,
you're gonna take that and you're gonna
Okay.
get a price for it.
yeah, well, I'm gonna talk to Kitty about it.
Talk to Kitty, and then if you should talk to the sign people, or if you need to talk with.
Did you see the dimensions? 2 feet
I
wide?
did, yep, let's just take that and go with it, and, yep.
Okay.
And we still don't know, like, who has to actually say, go ahead, you're
Oh,
free.
next question.
Yeah.
Does it have to have the seal of Massachusetts on it?
Good question. I don't know. I kind of like that, but that's the seal of Bridgewater, actually.
Oh, Bridgewater.
That's a Bridgewater. I kind of like that,
Okay,
but
yeah,
you know,
It's like
I
that.
think it should.
yeah.
okay, I mean,
Consistency.
okay, that works.
Yeah.
Again, though,
Assuming that's two.
Yeah.
I think
By 2.5.
maybe if you put an outline around the white. it might
Whatever,
make
yeah,
it stand
whatever,
out,
yeah,
you know?
'cause, yeah, we can design it
No,
however
I
we
know what you're
like. Yeah,
saying, though, the
yeah,
white, you
yeah.
could kind
Yeah,
of
no, I agree.
miss
Yeah.
it.
yeah, yeah.
Um,
I have no idea.
And I'm
what-
imagining that's gonna be reflective, right? That's gonna be reflective. That sign, I'm assuming, right?
Well, it's only a sunrise to sunset.
Oh, you're right, it could be a full.
Well,
Right.
but as people drive
Painting.
by, want to see it, so they know they can come back to it.
Oh,
You know, if you just drive.
No, I'm curious. I'm
yeah, I don't know.
I
I
have
have no
all these,
idea.
I have all
All right.
these questions.
Well, there may be
Now,
other
I'll
questions
talk to
now
Kim.
about, you know, yeah, like what kind of wood is it? Does it have to, you know, whatever? I don't know.
Pressure treated,
Okay,
you
all
know,
right. no
could be
questions
seen,
yet.
I
Okay,
mean,
yeah.
yeah.
But we're
I
gonna
can
have
ask
questions.
That too.
Yeah, but, yeah,
So, all right. Listen to Kim.
all right, so, and again, we don't have to have every detail,
no.
for, you know, for generations. It's got, it, this, we can think of this as a temporary sign if we want to. Just till we get a design through this, approved
Mhm.
through this committee that would be consistent for all town parks.
All right. So,
All right. I think we have concluded our discussion about parks
Yes.
publicity as well as Wyman North Fork Conservation Area, which is all I really wanted to talk about with that. The only other thing I would say about Wyman North Fork is, there always was the idea that maybe we would try to open up, and there still is, the rest of the area for trails, but, I don't know, I'm not sure how and when that will take place, so it's not anything I'm actively looking into at the moment. Maybe somebody else wants to at some point. I know John Hart had been enthused about it for a while, but I think he's probably got his plate pretty full too, so. All right, we don't have anybody to report on the tree committee. Pat is not joining us today, or maybe she tried, but
Yeah.
yeah, she might have thought it was going to be Zoom, but. All right, Maureen, is there anything you could tell us about community preservation, or maybe,
They could do better job.
yeah, maybe, if you, if you have anything you want to tell us about open space related to community preservation, Gina, that would be great.
Well, we're still trying to get answers for Styles and Hart to get the project completed.
Yes, and
Which
have
is
you
a
made
big
any
issue.
progress?
We're
No.
meeting, Helen and I, for our CPC officers meeting with the town manager at 2:30.
Oh,
So,
okay.
that's one of our main agenda items is to get,
He asked specific, if I might, he asked specifically what our questions were, and we provided a lot of detail and steps. There is a task plan that we put together in September, and only 2 of them have been started. So
That was in September before the
2025.
project was closed?
no, after.
No, after.
After.
We still don't know close,
Oh,
and we're
oh,
trying
right,
to
you
find
still
out.
don't know, okay. Yeah.
So we, long story short, we maybe have some information after this afternoon's meeting.
Okay, all right, okay, all right, well, that's good to know.
Mhm.
And
And we
I
just
don't
are-
think there are, and I also, I asked, well, Hanson Farm is coming up next, so we'll talk about, but so there's nothing else, there's no other pending open space parcels,
Except
for
for
CPC funds.
possible. It's a potential project. You mentioned Jenny Leonard
Yeah.
before.
Oh, okay, yep. Yes,
there's-
right, yep.
I don't know if you're aware, there's a back parcel that's owned by Oldfield Estates.
Yeah, I've listened to some of the discussion
That-
about that, yeah.
Part of their original planning board decision was that that parcel has to be offered to the town. The town did nothing on it. God, I'm off. They did nothing on it. Pat Driscoll, chair of our planning board, had brought it to our attention.
Yeah.
We've been trying to get an answer. The former town manager was against it, but nobody ever formally refused it. They never formally accepted it. it was to them, it was an issue with drainage ditch, or there was a name for it. Carlton and Pat say that's across the street, not the parcel that's being offered to the town. We, between Parks and Rec, the planning board, CPC isn't too much involved. We're aware of it, but nobody's come to us. That Carlton and I walked it with Pat Driscoll. It's an amazing piece. Will drastically add to Jenny Leonard, provide parking for Jenny Leonard, because you take your life in your hands if you park on Cherry Street and it's a steep stairway up. We've asked that it be looked at again. Last I heard, it was being discussed between Oldfield Estates attorney and the town's attorney.
Gina, I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to interrupt you. I just realized that I think Josh told me that they need this room at 2:30.
That's for
That's
us.
for them.
That's for you.
Yes.
Oh,
They just said they're meeting.
oh, good. Okay, I didn't know you were meeting in here.
Yeah.
Anyway, just want to point out that we have never really discussed Jenny Leonard here. That was a project that basically I had just, we had talked maybe 5 years ago it came up. And it just seemed to me that it was something that was better handled by citizens, the planning board, and that there was no need for open space committee involvement. So John, if you've never heard of this, it hasn't been on our agenda. So,
I request a suggestion.
okay,
I don't think it would hurt to have an open space,
Well,
write something.
can I add to that?
Sure.
If the town, I think they will accept the roadway. That whole parcel, there's two conservation lands out there. One is along the river, Wildlands Trail.
yes, sure, yeah, we
There's
talked
the
about
south
that.
side that abuts the Jenny Leonard.
Yep.
Planning board recommended the town acquire that land so you can expand trails, that kind of thing in that.
Mhm.
That's where the open space committee comes into play. If the town wants to, I think it's 8 acres, something like that.
It's a huge
That
piece.
abuts the Jenny Leonard. So you should guys should stay aware of it.
Yeah.
After, after next week's meeting, hopefully they'll accept the land, streets, and then we can figure it out. Right now, the parking lot that was put in order to get to the Jenny Leonard, you have to cross the,
Little tap.
it's not town land and it's, you cross private land. And that's the problem. They could, if it's not accepted, the folks out there could just shut down access totally.
Mm, okay.
So that's what we're trying to
Okay.
work through.
It's right off of Cherry Street. It's on Cherry Street, right? Yeah.
It's on Cherry Street, but this entrance that we're talking about is inside the new development there.
It was a park years and years ago and it was just neglected completely. And then when the new development came in, there was been a movement to refurbish it and
Okay.
create a bigger park at this point too. So, but it was just one that, I mean, it was originally
Never heard of
on our agenda. Yeah. When it was just sort of abandoned really. So. Okay, thank you, both for that update on that. Hanson Farm, Josh told us that the celebration of the preservation restriction and et cetera will be April 13th, 4 to 6 tentatively. That's not finalized, I understand, but just put that on your
Yep.
calendars and open space will be invited. So I don't have anything else about that. Murray Needs, nothing new on that.
Did you want to meet with her?
I am interested in contacting the Realtor, Carlton, and, I think I mentioned that there was,
Joan.
Joan Pierce for Fish and Wildlife. I put that in the minutes from the last meeting, has some interest in some properties in that area that she's with State Department of Fish and Wildlife. She's been reviewing properties significant for open space purposes for years there, and she is continuing to do that. And so we had Carlton and Marilee Hunt and I had a meeting with Joan back in January, I think it was, and we want to contact the Realtor at some point, but she wanted to look at some of the properties she had kind of she was surveying before we did that, so we're kind of waiting for Joan at this point. So, but I would like to get in touch with, because it's a different Realtor than the one we talked to before. Yeah, and the price is still the same, and so I'm kind of hoping.
What's Joan's last name?
Pierce.
Pierce. And what is she from?
Division of Fish and Wildlife, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
she's
State
a-
Department of Fish and Wildlife. Was she in Bourne? Where's her office?
I'm not sure where off.
Okay.
But she's the acquisition manager
Okay, acquisition.
Fish and Game.
Okay, all right.
to hold a lot.
Fish and game, not Fish and Wildlife.
It may be that.
Okay, all right. Okay,
They just acquired properties, out. If you go to the new fire station, there's property out off of Scotland, and they just acquired a lot of property out there. It's in the wetlands out there.
Yeah.
It's not developable, but they acquired that some time ago.
yeah, okay. Any other questions about
What
that?
are they gonna do with it?
Conserve it, protect it.
Okay, that's the,
That's the bottom line.
well, just the reason I'm asking real quick is back at our other town manager we were in some type of meeting with him. And he had talked about putting out, boardwalks through there
Ah,
as part of coming off of, Murray's land and going all through the back there.
I had suggested years ago that the fire station, which is required to put a playground there, recreation. That's what it was really for, to run up the power line into the back of Murray Meads.
Yeah.
That's a long way and it's wetlands. It's probably very expensive.
Probably,
That was the concept.
yeah. Good idea.
Yeah,
I like
that's
it.
what Joan and I talked about that 6 years ago too. Yeah, right away. You and I walked out there 6 years ago,
Right.
and Joan and I walked up that area, and so yeah,
Yeah. that was something.
just to let you know, that's the time frame for how things happen here. so.
Yep, I'm hoping to push them up a little.
All right, new open space committee members desperately needed. If anybody knows, talk to your friends, neighbors, whomever, but I know all town committees need people, so.
Well, maybe because everything moves so slow, maybe that's one of the reasons.
Reasons, yeah, yeah,
People like.
Yeah, oh, yeah,
we've
people
been
get
working on this
exasperated,
for
right,
2
yeah,
years,
yeah,
we're done.
yeah, right. New business, Gina, was there something I think you had
We were
mentioned?
going to talk about, I was going to talk about the Oldville Estates land, but it,
It moved
Jumped
into
into-
Jenny Lind. Okay, all right, okay. So any additional items for discussion, anybody? No, all right, Josh, we're just. All right, I'm suggesting April 15th as our next meeting. Hey, Josh?
Oh, yeah.
Could you tell us really quick if April 15th, if this meeting room is available?
So,
Oh, are you guys ending right now?
We're in this
Oh.
right now, yep, yep.
Yeah. And then let me pull it up.
Okay, yeah.
It should be, and I can. Said April 15th at what time?
This time, 1:30?
I'm,
You won't be here. Oh, wait, okay.
and I can't guarantee I'll be
You'll be-
online.
Yeah, okay. All right. Go ahead and tell me if it's available and then I'll talk some more, I'll see if that works. That doesn't work. We'll see. Something else.
I won't be here. I know better tonight, probably. But yeah.
1:30 is available. yes.
Okay, all right.
You want to put you guys in for it?
Yeah, put us in and we'll see. All right, so you got that done?
Yeah. That's what I was putting, when you were talking, I was putting the Hanson Farm meeting in there, because
Oh.
if I don't do it
Now,
now,
I know.
all right, it's gone.
All right, it is 2:34.
No watch.
The motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
All right, the meeting is adjourned. Thank you, everybody. Thank you.